Greta Johnson. I represent Ohio's 35th House District in Summit County, and today 2 or 3 people in my community are going to die from the opioid overdose. I'm going to say that several times. Today, 2 or 3 people in Summit County are going to die of opioid overdose. I'm going to keep saying that because I feel like the tenor that opiate overdoses is starting to take on in the media, it's just starting to blend into the background. It's starting to become mass shooting because we keep having to say which one. It's starting to become a hum, white noise. But the 4 of us are standing here today because it is affecting our communities. It's affecting all of Ohio, and we refuse to stand on the sidelines. We very purposefully decided to have a press conference down here in Wilmington. The 3 House members up here, we certainly could have done this in our districts. We certainly have work we could be doing in our districts on the issue. But we wanted to send a message that we are here, we are willing, we are ready, and we are able to come to work in the State House, to sit at the table with our GOP colleagues, to map out a plan to help Ohioans through this crisis. I am appreciative that Senator Schiavoni is joining us. I am glad that they are in session. I am glad they are working toward moving Ohio forward. The fact that we are not in the House does not rest easy with me. Some might call this a political show, but this is not about the election. This is about unrelenting pain and suffering happening in our communities right now. Instead of standing here speaking with the media, again, we'd much rather be working with our colleagues. Because when I know you're doing, when I'm in my colleagues, this is what I'm doing. It's the #1 issue on them. It is the #1 issue in our communities, and they want innocence. And right now, I cannot look them in the eye and say, Ohio is doing everything we can as a state to help you, because we are not. 4 weeks ago, I stood right here in this room and saw some of the same faces in the audience. They said the exact same thing. 2 or 3 people are going to die in my community today, and we need help. The ADM board in Summit County has tapped into its own rainy day fund, and I found that so fitting. They are tapping into their rainy day fund to open 20 new beds at IBH, a world-renowned addiction facility. And I am calling on the governor today to do the same thing. I stood here with Representative Antonio, Representative Herschel-Craig 4 weeks ago and asked for that, and we had no response. The whispers and the murmurs coming from the governor's office were that he can't do that, and we're out of line, and we don't understand the way the law works. I would ask you to look to the controlling board. Their approval this last Monday of $9.5 million to pay for law enforcement for the GOP convention. A declaration of emergency was made by the governor, and funds were appropriated. Now let's be very clear. The police officers who those funds are going to earned every penny. The only shining star of that convention was law enforcement and the control they kept over that situation. But the governor has the ability, has the authority, has broad discretion to declare an emergency and should do just that. With that declaration, the funds can be released. We keep saying it. It's a rainy day fund. Well, there's a flood in Summit County. There's a flood in Hamilton County. There's a flood in the valley and in Cuyahoga County as well. Our municipalities are the only ones who are being taxed right now with this effort. Our ADM boards who are underfunded, our CSBs who are underfunded, our police departments who are underfunded are at their max. One of my law enforcement agencies called me last week because they are afraid they're going to run out of Narcan. Greta, what do we do? Where do I get the money? How do we do this? We are going to run out of Narcan. That's how bad this is. We refuse to accept that our hands are tied. That's why we're here today. We want to use all of the tools at our disposal, and that includes legislative attention. That includes administrative attention. We are all working together up here on stage, and we are asking the governor to work with us. We are asking for his direction because we understand that the chambers are controlled by one party, but we want to be at the table because our communities are being affected as well. We're asking for help today. We asked for help 4 weeks ago. I'm going to keep coming back every month and asking for help. The governor has the ability to do it. He has the ability to declare an emergency. He has the ability to release the funds. We need to help these stressed municipalities combat this epidemic, and we're asking to work together to do just that. With that, I know my colleagues and I